Morning students, this is Naresh Bemorku from BB Raj College, HOD of Data Science, and today I want to explain you about what is meant by Perceptron and what is the working principle of Perceptron. So initially, what is meant by Perceptron means a perceptron is an artificial neuron like in our mind. So how the neurons will take the decision in our mind, the perceptron is also take decision within the neural network. So multiple number of perceptrons will create a neural network within our artificial intelligence programs or machine learning programs. Simple గా చెప్పుకోవాలి అంటే, so if you want to take a decision in our mind, so how we are depending on multiple number of conditions, the perceptron is also takes some decision based on different types of conditions. So if the condition was true, then it is going to be do some work. Otherwise, it is not going to do some work. And coming to the exact definition of a perceptron, which forms a single layer perceptron, which is also called as a single layer perceptron. So within the multi-layer neural network, each layer we call as a perceptron. And it was initially developed by the Frank Rosenfeld in the year of 1957, and first it was implemented in IBM 704 system. And how the perceptron works means, which will take multiple number of inputs along with their weights, and after taking the input it is going to process some process on those inputs, and it produces the output. And initially, for example, if you are having a data set, and within the data set we are having multiple number of features, and we are giving those features as an input to our perceptron. For example, x1, x2, x3 are the number of features, and along with the corresponding weights w1, w2 and w3 for those inputs, and it produces the output as 0 or 1 depending on the weighted sum of the input values. And if the output is 0 if the sum is below the certain threshold value, or output is 1 if the output is above the certain threshold value. And the threshold value we can able to define in our program. And for example, imagine a perceptron in our brain, and that need to decide whether we should go for a concert or not, and that is depending on multiple number of conditions. For example, if the artist is good, if the weather condition is good or not, whether the food was served at the concert or not. So we are basing on these type of conditions. The perceptron will need to take the decision based on these conditions, and along with these conditions, for each condition we are also having the weights there. So based on the ratings, or based on the public talk about the concert. For example, we are taking different criteria here. Artist is good, weather is good, friend will come or not, food is served or not, alcohol is served or not, and all these are the different criteria, and we are giving the input values for these criteria as 0 or 1. So for example, in my example, I'm taking alternatively as artist is good and weather is not good, friend will come, food is not served, alcohol is served. So like that, I'm taking the input values corresponding to their weights here. So weights will be 0 0.7, 0 0.6, 0 0.5 and 0 0.3, 0 0.4. And how the perceptron algorithm works means, the perceptron algorithm works based on the 4 steps. So first of all, we need to set a threshold value, and after that we need to multiply all input values with their weights, and after that we need to sum all the results. After that, finally we need to activate the output. So how the algorithm will works means, here in my example I'm going to set the threshold value as 1.5, and whatever the input values we are giving, and I'm going to multiply each input value with corresponding weights. So the first input condition is here, artist is good or not, and I'm taking the artist is good, so the input value is 1 here. So I'm going to multiply the input value with corresponding weight, that is 1 into 0 0.7. And the second criteria is here, weather is not good, so the input value is 0, and the corresponding weight value is 0.6. So when I am multiplying that value with the corresponding input, 0.6 into 0, that value is 0. So similarly, I'm going to multiply with all the input values along with corresponding weights. And after in the third step, I'm going to sum all the multiple values. So those are came within the second step. So finally, the output will came as 1.6 here. So based on the output came here, we are going to be take the decision by comparing our threshold value with the sum weights. So here the sum value is 1.5 and the threshold value is 1.6. So sum value is 1.6 and threshold value is 1.5. So it is greater than the threshold value, then the perceptron will take the decision as we can go for consent. So that is the working principle of perceptron. Thank you.